4 wins in a row after opening the season with those 2 defeats. Fundamentally, what has changed from post-Brentford to now?
It's like chalk and cheese, isn't it? When you look at Manchester United in those opening 2 fixtures and the way the club was just in the media, the narrative around the place, the speculation about Ronaldo, the talk about the players and the lack of players that they're trying to get into the building during the transfer window, it looked like a rudderless ship. Right now, it looks anything but rudderless with Erik ten Hag at the helm. There has been a complete change around the way the club have operated, the way they've signed players, the feel-good factor, the belief, the confidence in the team, the noise around Old Trafford and the fan base on social media has completely changed. And it's all down to 4 results. Of course, things didn't get off to the best start with a couple of defeats, particularly that at Brentford, which was almost humiliating for Manchester United. But he's kept calm, he's remained focused, everyone has bought into what he's doing, and suddenly this looks and feels like a very different Manchester United.
There was, of course, that famous post-Brentford run, all the players, and he went on it with them as well. So did it work? What do the stats say? Are they running more than they did?
I think so, absolutely. And we've got a run after today's show as well, which you're going to be encouraged to be involved with.
Excellent. My nose has been running all day, so you've got to play catch-up.
Take a look at this. This is the running stats from the first 2 matches. You can see an average distance of 101.6 kilometres compared to 107.9. So what does that tell you, Rob? It tells you that the first 2 games compared to the last 4 matches, Manchester United's squad as a whole are running a greater average distance during games. Also, when you look below that, you can see the sprints. 121.5 sprints in the first 2 games as an average compared to 139.5. So quite simply, that says to you one thing. Manchester United are working hard, they're running harder, they're covering more distance, and they're making more sprints. So therefore, this man, taking that team out after the Brentford game to do extra running on the Sunday when it should have been a rest day, is basically suggesting that that has had a huge impact on the way they've performed since then, whether they were just taking their foot off the gas, relaxing, not giving everything they should do for Manchester United and the manager. What he's certainly got into them since then is that mindset of you have to work hard, you have to run for this badge, you have to give me everything, because if you don't, you won't be in the side and we won't win games. And I think it's quite hard to disagree with him at the moment. If the players don't give him what he wants, they're not going to be picking up results.
Yeah. And the psychology of him going on it with them could be huge, because he's had huge decisions to make and he has shown his mental strength as well in that. Cristiano Ronaldo hasn't featured from the start since that Brentford game. Is this a role he's going to have to get used to here?
How do you solve a problem like Cristiano Ronaldo? Don't play him, quite simply, and that's what Erik ten Hag has done at the moment. You talk about the new role that he perhaps is going to have to get used to, and that's scoring goals from the bench, which is something he hasn't done a great deal of in his career. Last season, 18 Premier League goals for Manchester United, 18 Premier League goals from 18 Premier League starts. But take a look at this, Rob. We know his figures are beyond extraordinary. He is one of the most magical players to ever play the game. His total career starts 848, goals 698. That gives you a goal per start of 0.82. That is almost a goal a game. That's how incredible Cristiano Ronaldo is. But as a substitute, it's a very different story. Appearances 93, goals 17, which works out at goals per sub-appearances of 0.18. So from 1 goal a game roughly to 1 in 5, that is what Ronaldo has done in his club career. Now, obviously, he's going to have to get used to this role. Dropped after the Brentford game and has been a substitute appearance maker in the Premier League ever since. Hasn't scored so far this season. So just looking at that, like you've rightly said, this is going to be a very different role for Cristiano Ronaldo. He's going to have to learn to impact games for perhaps 15, 20 minutes, even 5 minutes. We know he's got the ability to get in the box. We know he can score goals for fun. Those statistics prove that. However, starting games and coming on as an impact substitute is something very different and something he's very rarely done in his career. And perhaps, like you say, the transfer window's closed. He knows he's at Manchester United. He's going to have to find a way to come off the bench, score goals, and put himself into Erik ten Hag's thinking to come and start games regularly. And it's going to be fascinating to see how it plays out, because you know that this wasn't a part of the narrative for Ronaldo. He didn't want to go to Manchester United to come off the bench as an impact sub. He wants to be the main man, score goals and lead the team. Right now, his role is going to be very different.
OK, this man, though, is not resting on his laurels, is he? He's insisted there's plenty more improvements to be made. So what areas will he be looking at?
I think he'll be looking to expand in every area. He'll want more clean sheets, which he's had recently, which is key. He's scored goals against Liverpool as well, so he's proved that the team can get forward. They've got extra options in attacking areas. They've got strength in depth. They've got options from the bench. But he'll want to keep the standards at the very highest. He'll want those running statistics to stay at the very least where they are or possibly improve. He'll want more sprints from the team. He'll want everything that Manchester United is about, and he'll want to get back to that DNA of playing exciting, expansive, attacking football, scoring goals. You know, it's the theatre of dreams. He'll want players to believe and buy into that, and he'll want the fans to remember the good times. And he'll want the players to buy into what he's trying to do with this new look Manchester United. So I think it's clear they're on the right path now after their poor start to the season, but there's still a long way to go. However, you get the feeling now, and crucially, there's a feel-good factor around Manchester United. There's a confidence around that side. And I think the players, perhaps now, even not in pre-season, are starting to buy into what this man's all about.